What's up, my peeps? Good day to you. Today, I'm going to start a brand new channel. This channel is going to be all about cooking. Uh, I work with people and I'm around people all the time, and I hear so commonly that they don't know how to cook, or their spouse don't know how to cook, or somebody in their family doesn't know how to cook. And a lot of it's just excuses, to be honest with you. If you've ever eaten food, you probably know how to cook it. You just have to use that little thing on top of your shoulder. It's called your nugget. Um, so today we're going to kick this off with a super easy recipe. Anybody can do it, and we're going to get to work here. I'm going to make egg roll bowls, and it's a super easy dish. My son actually just texted. He's like, "What's egg roll bowls?" I made them before. I don't know how he doesn't know, but we're going to show you what an egg roll bowl is and how to make it. All right, I just got some basic ingredients you could get at any store. Nothing here is like specialized. Got some ground meat. This is actually a blend. This is beef and pork, but you could do just pork or just beef. You can do chicken, turkey, whatever. I like the blend. It is a little more authentic to kind of the Asian taste. I got some garlic. All right. I got some ground ginger. These two things I think are pretty important. I got some hoisin sauce. You could buy this pre-made. All good. I got some cilantro. Just got a couple peppers there in case you want it spicy. I've got some coleslaw mix. See that? And I like a little extra carrot for sweetness, so I have some sliced carrots in there. And then to really get that egg roll feel, I'm going to take these wonton wrappers, and I'm going to take and slice them up into little strips and fry them up. And we're going to put them on so we get some crunch. I'm going to try and do this all in one pan right here. Just do little strips. Nothing fancy here. We're just going to basically make little strips, put oil in the pan, get the pan really, really hot. We're going to fry these bad boys up. There you go, something like that. I'm going to go ahead and take some regular olive oil here. You can do any oil. This just happens to be what's available to me. Turn that on high. Alright, while I'm letting the pan heat up, I'm going to set these wonton wrappers just to the side, and I'm going to actually take these are habanero peppers, and they're super hot, so don't rub your eyes after handling them. I like my dishes kind of spicy, so I'm just going to dice this up really, really small. I'm going to cook the meat in this so the meat gets spicy and flavorful. And we just happen to have some extra stuff in our refrigerator, so why not? Now, obviously, most places do not make their egg rolls spicy, and it's kind of a universal treat. But it is what it is. We'll have to stick to their rules. So, like I said, these peppers are hot. They're going to be something that I'm going to probably wish I would have wore gloves on, which is an option. There's nothing wrong with getting some latex gloves or vinyl gloves or something and wearing those. All right, so I got the pan on high, and we are going to get that just scorching hot. And then I got all my goodies right here. I'm not trying to film this all fancy like, because I want this to be where anybody can do this, just like my filming. Anybody can film. We all have smartphones. That's what I'm actually filming this on right now. But this is not a filming channel. It's a cooking channel, and we're going to just talk about cooking. We don't need all the fancy stuff. Just test this out. Yeah, it's not hot yet. You don't want to throw something directly in there, because if it is hot and there's moisture, it's going to pop at your face. Just taking what I did and just drag that these wonton noodles here, just dragging one of those through there, it would have started sizzling, and it just wasn't quite there yet. Now, as far as special things that you may or may not need, a rice cooker is highly recommended. It just makes everything a lot easier. I'll show you mine. There it is. So I got this had for years and years and years. It's a great little rice cooker. You can get these at any Asian market. They're great. You could get rice cookers at Walmart. They work fine. These are just a little bit better. If you don't have a rice cooker, you could cook rice in a pan. There's nothing saying you can't do that. Today we're using my rice cooker. All right, so my pan should be getting pretty close to hot right now. You see that I'm not in any studio. This is just my kitchen here in Florida. Nothing crazy. Just live the normal life like everybody else. I think the stuff's done, so I'm going to take one of these noodles. Oh yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and start dropping these suckers in. So again, those are just regular old wontons that I sliced into strips. You could buy wontons that are already stripped out at most stores. I honestly just forgot. And I had these made up for doing some actual wontons. My wife wanted me to make one of my signature dishes, which is wonton nachos. And that's something I'll probably teach people how to cook down the road. It's a little more complicated. And so we're just going to crisp these up here. All right, so you can see these are just about done here. I want to get them kind of crispy. Like some of these right here are looking pretty good. Get them all crisped up because we want that crunch. We want that crunch. Okay, you can see those are about done. I soaked up all that oil. You can get them as crispy as you want. I think I'm going to call that good. Just got to put those in this paper plate right here. If you make a little mess, just pick it up. You don't want your wife mad because you're dirtying up the kitchen. Alright, so there's that. Now, in this pan, like I said, we're going to do everything in one pan. So in this pan, I'm going to take those habaneros in. Alright, so I threw in the meat along with the habaneros. You don't want those habaneros to burn. They actually put that hot pan in. It's like pepper spray up in here. So we're going to just cook this ground meat up. What I'm going to do when it's almost done, then I'm going to put in some garlic and some ginger, salt and pepper, and then at the very end we'll start putting in some hoisin. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so this is how versatile this is. I decided to put in another pound of meat just to have a lot of food. Got a message my son and his girlfriend coming over, so figured why not make a little bit more. So let's go ahead and put this in here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take salt. I'm going to salt that. And then we're going to do pepper, which takes 2 hands. So, all right. So as this is cooking up, what I was going to say is, if you have Chinese five spice or any other Asian seasoning you want to put in here, this would be when you'd want to do it. I'm just going to put in a little bit of granulated garlic because I really like garlic, and I have some minced onion, which also comes like this. This is going to help get everything together. One thing I didn't mention earlier, and I forgot about it because it was in my spice drawer and I didn't get my spices out, but you get sesame seeds. That also helps sell the whole Asian bowl. When you're cooking ground meat like this, most ground meat is pretty fatty and oily, so you're going to get something that looks like this. We want to make sure that that meat is pretty ground up, little bite-sized pieces, but look at all that oil in there. We're going to have to drain that. We got a little bit to go. This ain't done cooking. All right, so I drained the oil. I don't care if there's still some coming out there. That's okay. Fat is flavor. One of the best chefs in the world will tell you that. But what in the moon's that about? Alright. Now is where it gets fun. So I'm going to take some garlic. I'm going to take some ginger. Right. First off, we'll take some garlic. A couple nice hearty spoonfuls. Probably 1.5 big ones. Set that to the side. And I'm going to get this minced ginger. Probably just like one good dollop of that. Let's do a dollop and a half. Match the garlic. And we're just going to mix that right into the meat concoction. And the reason why we didn't do this earlier, for those that are saying that they don't know how to cook, if you cook garlic and ginger in first, it'll burn. And so you'll get a horrible flavor. Put it in after the meat's basically done. Now it's just going to aromatize that and get you some really good flavor profiles and all that stuff. All right, so now we're going to take the hoisin. And we're just going to put enough in there that it's going to coat all the meat. It's important not to like undercook the meat, especially when you're dealing with like pork or chicken. Beef, it's a little more forgiving, but we're not trying to serve like medium rare stuff. Like, you want to cook this. Now, it doesn't have to be well done either. It should be just done. You know what I'm saying? All right, so this is about done here. You can, at this point, get your sesame seeds. You can do this after you get it out of the pan too, but I'm just going to do it now because why not? These are toasted sesame seeds. Let me get those up in there. Put those back in the cover. All right, so that's about done. What we're going to do, just going to get out a bowl. I'm going to put all of this into this bowl. Turn the temperature down just a touch. I'm done with my garlic and my ginger, so I'm going to put those away. Now, what I'm going to do, first I'm going to take my extra carrots. Like I said, this is all me because I like a little more color and stuff like that, but take my extra carrots, put those in. We're not trying to, ooh, those peppers get me. So we're not trying to cook this stuff up, we're just trying to get a light soften. So. Good. And you'll notice I just use the same pan. I mean, all these ingredients are going to go in to a bowl together anyway, so why not? So I'm going to take a little bit of rice wine vinegar. This is completely optional. I'm going to do that just to like deglaze the pan and everything. And then I'm going to take a little bit of roasted sesame oil. And this does not take very much, just a touch. and a little soy sauce. Like I said, all that's just optional. You can do it 100% without. I'm just softening up this coleslaw mix just a little bit, kind of making all those flavors kind of melt together. We're almost done. We're almost done. Went ahead and turn the heat off. You could leave hoisin out for your guests as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the cilantro. Take a few sprigs of that for these bowls. All right. Now most people will tell you to not cut cilantro and just tear it. I worked at a restaurant years and years ago, and they would slice it up really fast. You know, it's just easier than doing it a little sprig at a time, you know, with your hands. And you can keep everything a little more uniform. That is that. So, done with all those. And now we're going to plate this. Just going to do a little bowl here. Just come along with me. Now again, I can't emphasize enough, having a rice cooker is like the deal. My rice is done. So we're going to show you what's up. This is keep warm right there. And see all the steam coming out. I like to take and fluff my rice up. Some people don't do that. I'll fluff it over here. And now I'm going to take a scoop, go right down the middle, probably just a little bit more than that right there. All right, close that. Look, I'm just going to use these same tongs. Oh, decent amount right there. Take some of that. You don't want to leave that on the burner anymore, it'll keep cooking. And then I'm going to take some of these delicious little crunchies right here. You know, I'm not trying to make this into anything crazy, just go like that. I'm going to take soy sauce and I'm going to sprinkle it over there. And if you want, you could add any other sauces that you'd want, like if you have plum sauce or any sort of Asian sauce. If you want spicy, you could do a little sriracha, which I'll probably do here. Making this bowl up for my wife. All right. Little drizzle of that. Like I said, if you had some sweet chili sauce or plum sauce or something, that'd be good on that. So it just so happens that I have some sweet chili sauce. So we're gonna drizzle some of that on top and we'll call it good. Just a drizzle. And that's it. That is an egg roll bowl right there. I almost forgot cilantro. Just sprinkle a little bit over the top. I'll grab some of that, put it on top. And we're done. Throw some chopsticks or a fork or whatever, and we're calling it good.